Well, good afternoon, guys. Today I'm making tomato soup. So I spared you watching me cut up tomatoes. How much fun is that? And then all I did to make the soup is I cut them up, basically just halved them. And then I cooked them down, and I had 2 of these stock pots about this full, 3/4 full of tomatoes. And I just cooked them down, and basically just to soften them. And then I ran them through this. Now, this is not the best one out there, but I'll tell you what, it's the best one for me because I ended up with 3 different discounts from it. It was on clearance. I think I had a coupon or something. It was Senior Citizen Day. Now, when I bought it, it wasn't me, the senior citizen, it was the old farmer. But who cares? Anyway, this didn't cost me hardly anything, and I can't see putting a lot of money into something you're only going to use once or twice a year. It works just fine for us. Now, we make a mess, and I think you've seen me use this before. I used to do it outside, but I knew outside we'd have 2 big old white dogs. We didn't need that. I have this pot of juice, but I want to point something out to you. You probably know tomatoes have a lot of water, and I have seen people that will take and get rid of that water and throw that out. I did that one time. I'll never do it again. There is a lot of flavor in that water. You take that out, you're going to lose a lot of flavor. So when I'm making a sauce, I just sit and simmer till I get it to the thickness that I want. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm almost ready for canning season to be over. Not because I'm tired of canning, but I am so sick and tired of my kitchen. It is a mess. I have got jars, stainless steel bowls, stainless steel pots, canners everywhere. And all I do is clean and move it, clean and move it. Then stuff gets stacked up in the corner. I heard a better word for messy kitchen. I watched a video and she called her kitchen a busy kitchen. So I thought, I have a very busy kitchen going. So anyway, what I have here, these 2 big bowls, there's 2 very large onions and a stalk of celery chopped up. Now, some recipes say saute it in olive oil, and some say put just a little bit of water in them and cook them until they're done. That's what I'm doing. I think I'm going to can them in pints. The real reason, I get to stack jars in Cinnamon Girl. So anyway, let me get things cooking and we'll be back. I forgot to tell you, there's about 2 gallons of juice in here. Okay, let me show you what I've been doing. I cooked down that the celery and the onions until the onions were just a little bit translucent, and I did not pour off the water. There's too much flavor in that blender or food processor, and I've been just doing it into almost like a slurry, just a real, and I'm going to put that in there. If I'd been thinking yesterday, and of course I never think, but if I'd been thinking yesterday, I would have cooked the onions and celery with the tomatoes and run it through then, but oh well. It's always a surprise around here. Okay, I've got the onions and celery slurry. Put that in there and just keep stirring and bringing it back up to a simmer. There are so many recipes out there for homemade tomato soup, chunky, whatever, and I think I've made this one before, and I think we really liked it. It's pretty simple, pretty basic, and but some you can add cloves, nutmeg, whatever spices you want. Okay guys, in this cup here, I've got a 1/2 cup of course, pure cane white sugar, and a 1/2 cup of clear gel. Now, the older recipes are going to say use flour, cornstarch, whatever, but they don't recommend that anymore. They recommend this clear gel. So what we need to do first, so that you don't just pour it in or it's going to get all lumpy. And so you want to mix with a fork or a whisk, whatever. Mix your clear gel and your sugar really, really well. So I'm going to make sure I get that mixed up good. If you dump it straight in here, it's going to be all lumpy and you won't be able to break up the lumps. So I'm going to mix this good and I'll be back and show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, I've got this mixed up really well and I'm going to take this measuring cup, and the tomato juice is pretty warm, and then I'm going to slowly add some of this and get the sugar and the sure gel or clear gel dissolved. I want to make sure it's mixed up in there really good, all dissolved. Go around the edges. I'll get that mixed up and I'll come back. Okay, I've got it mixed up well, and now I'm going to add it to the juice. And just keep on stirring. And I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of canning salt. We've been over this many times. Remember, canning salt, not table salt. And I buy mine in those, I don't know, what are they, 5-pound boxes. It's a lot cheaper. So I'm going to start out with 2 tablespoons. Let it cook for a little bit, and then I'll taste it and I'll see what I like. Now my recipe also calls for a stick of butter, and I guess they say you're not supposed to can butter, but like I've always told you, do your own research. I'm not a pro, but that butter does add something to it. So I'm going to let it cook and I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add that stick of butter. And then, as all good cooks know, you have to taste it to see if it tastes right. While I'm waiting for this to heat up, I'll let you know I washed and rinsed my jars very well, hot soapy water. They're now in the dishwasher. I am using pressure canning, and you want a pressure can because you've got onions and celery in here, and of course the butter. But I just ran them through the dishwasher to make sure they're good and clean. Besides, 100 degrees, I'm not going to turn that oven on. Okay guys, I've got it to, it's just starting to, it's not really boil, but getting ready to start simmering. It is good. Since we don't have smell-o-vision, I'm going to share a bite with you. Now blow on it. It might be a little bit hot, but here you go. Isn't that good? Get ready to get this jarred up. Cinnamon Girl is sitting right here in front of you, and I got the water in her, 2 to 3 inches deep, and we're going to layer because we've got pints. That's going to be fun. So let's get her all set up and get ready to go. All right guys, let's start getting it jarred up. You don't have to add anything to your jars. No salt, no nothing. Just scoop it up in there. And I can tell right now, I'm gonna have a mess. So I'm gonna go get that. I didn't get this in the first place. Much better than a ladle anyway. Bring it up to about 1 inch from the top. We'll just go along, fill these jars up. Another advantage to using this measuring cup, just hook it on the side till you're ready. Okay, don't forget to clean the tops of your jars. This first one I made a bigger mess. At the same time, make sure there's no cracks or chips. Now I'm over here in my boiling water, burning my hand, getting these lids out. Okay, I've got my Tatler lids here. Go along and put these on. Okay, as I get the rings put on my lids, then they're going into Cinnamon Girl. And they're going to sit there until I get them all filled. And that'll keep them warm because that water's hot. I'm going to keep filling jars, loading up Cinnamon Girl, and I'll be back. I was able to get 8 on each one. If I'd had all regular amount, I could have gotten 9 on the bottom, but I only got 8 there. So I got 16 pints of tomato soup. Woohoo! All right, guys, I got old Cinnamon Girl fastened down. And I've got quite a bit of soup left, so I think I'm going to try to do a few quarts in my small canner. Now, we all know the next step of what Cinnamon Girl has to do. We have to let it heat up until it does the, let's say it together. Can we say it fast? Till we get 10 minutes, and it vents 10 minutes of a steady stream of steam. No. Oh my word. A steady stream of steam. A steady stream of steam. I did it twice fast. Getting smarter. See you later. Oopsie. Sorry guys, I forgot to show you. I just got them in the canner, got to going. I think we ended at steady stream of steam, didn't we? Anyway, let's see, pints were 50 in the pressure canner, 15 minutes, quarts, 20. I ended up with 4 quarts. I got my little canner out and did them, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pints of tomato soup. That is going to be so good this winter. I think the next thing I'm going to do with my tomatoes is make some sauce. I like having tomato sauce. Either that or Melissa has sent me some nice recipes for homemade ketchup, and it has been years since I've tried homemade ketchup. I might do that. I don't know. Still got a lot of them out there. But anyway, guys, thanks for following along and hanging out with me in my busy kitchen. Remember, it's a busy kitchen, not messy. I got the oven going now. It is 8 o'clock in the evening, and it's bread. I needed to bake bread. Tomorrow's the old farmer's birthday, so I put bread in the oven and got a pan of cinnamon rolls for him. Okay, guys, see you later.